Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam. If you love luxury fashion, then you're definitely going to love my channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out my Instagram below for all of the latest updates. And today, let's get right into it. In today's video, something horrible happened to one of my Versace bags, and we will take a look at what happened and why. So as heartbreaking and sad as this is to say, we all know that one of my favorite bags that I do use is my lilac Versace La Medusa bag. Now, the La Medusa bags are one of my favorite handbags in this entire world because you see that I do have three of them. I have the black and gold one, I have the Versace one, I have the Hobo edition, and I have this one as well. Maybe a couple others, but they're just all spread out. But I know that I do have these three. And these three are just so great, and I love it so much. The quality is honestly like exceptional. The stitching, the material, the details of this bag is just absolutely so perfect. Now, the thing that happened with this bag, as you know, it has the crossbody strap that goes with it. The crossbody strap is a beautiful strap to obviously, put around the bag. But this bag comes with a second strap as well. We know that it does come with the acrylic strap as well. However, the sad thing about it is usually when I hold my bags, I usually carry it with this specific strap because it's shorter and just fits right under the crook of the arm. But right here, completely snapped off, and I was entirely so surprised because when I was carrying my bag, it actually fell out of my hand. However, I have to be honest, when this did happen, I was not using this bag. I was actually using this bag, and the surprising thing about this one is this is my mixed print Hobo bag. And this one is just so light, especially because it's made out of nylon. So it's one of the lightest bags you can have. It wasn't too heavy, but I always use my La Medusa strap on this bag as well. And when I was using this, yes, I did pick it up, and I did kind of like throw it over my shoulder very aggressively, but the entire thing snapped. Quickly, let's see what happened exactly to the strap. So let's take a look at this side right here. This side is completely perfect. It looks like these are intertwined, but then it also kind of looks like it could be glued together in a way, and I will show you what I mean in just a second, because on this side right here, you see that it completely snapped off. Now this one, I can't even really get my fingernail into that little crease right there. However, on this one, I can. So I'm not entirely sure if I was to open this one up, if I could just snap it back on, because if you look real closely, it is just such a clean break that it makes me question maybe they just glued these together to where it looks like it's intertwined, but it's really just glued together. But I do think if I was just to open this up, I may be able to get it back on. But the thing with me is I'm really scared that if I try to do it myself, what if I open it too much and then it breaks and then they say they can't fix it because the way I broke it was my fault? However, if I take it just like this, well, then it's on them. So tell me what you think. I still have to take this to the store and tell them that the snap, it happened. How are we going to go about this? Are you going to give me a new strap? Do I have to pay like a fee to get the strap fixed? Like, how is this going to happen? Because the thing that does worry me is I paid full price for this bag. This one was $3,000. Usually I get all my bags like half off, on sale, but this specific bag and my Versace one, actually even my La Medusa right here, all of my Versace ones I paid full price for because the bags usually don't go on sale unless it's like a colorful item. Like that one right there, the mixed print Hobo bag, I only paid like $300 for that one when it's normally $800. But still, I actually paid full price for this one. So out of all of them, I expect the quality to be like absolutely like supreme and everything. So I am completely worried about that. Honestly, hopefully Versace can fix it because I won't lie, to pay $3,000 to have this happen is completely unacceptable. Now, yes, this is an acrylic strap. Acrylic isn't like a good material at all, but I've tried a lot of Bottega bags, and when they do use real gold and stuff for their chains, it's so heavy, and honestly, I don't want a real gold chain because it's just obnoxious to hold and carry. So the acrylic chain is honestly just like so amazing, and to be honest, I do really like it. Now let's take a look at my Versace La Medusa, but this is the one that comes with the actual like metal chain with it. You can see that this chain, it is a little bit more heavy duty, a little bit more lightweight than the acrylic. Of course, it doesn't sound like it's the greatest quality because again, it's not like real metal, but again, I don't want real metal. So this gold one, I actually really do like it, but looking at like the interlocks and stuff, I have to say that it's exactly like the other one. I can't tell if these are glued together or if these are actually intertwined. So I'm just so curious, will Versace be able to fix my chain? Now I must point out that recently, because of all the tariffs, China has recently announced how they've actually been making bags, and there's a whole scandal going on about, are luxury bags even worth the money and where are they even made? Now, a lot of people might not know this, but it's honestly no surprise to me. I am well aware that the materials of the specific leather cost no more than like $500 to make, maybe even less, but this should be priced $500, not $3,000. But what a lot of people don't know is I dated somebody for a good like 6 to 10 years, and he had a lot of products. He made shoes, he made pin buttons, he's made hats, he's made clothes, I believe, he's made candles. And the thing about him is I was there the entire time. So going to like the actual like China manufacturers, I was completely aware that he was getting all of his materials for honestly like 10 to 15 cents, but still selling everything for like 10 to $20. Even his candles, like the materials are not that expensive. His candles do go for like $38. However, during that time, I was very, very smart because he had a giant folder of all of his like manufacturing processes. So what did I do? I took the folder, I copied all of the papers because I was like, if I ever have my own company, it beats half the work, so I don't have to go find like who is best to make stuff. I could just use the manufacturers that he used. So I did have copies of all of like the manufacturer he did use during the time that I was with him. And during that time, I was actually smart enough to study and Google like where do the leathers come from. And I actually found out that a lot of leathers and materials are actually made in China, go to Italy and France for like the final touches. So it's not that surprising to me, to be honest. And a lot of people are like, so your chain broke, there's that China thing, it's clearly not worth the money. But here's the thing, it actually is worth the money, because what a lot of people don't realize is, yes, actual Hermes Birkin, which usually their leather actually does come from Turkey, their actual products usually do cost about $1,000 to $1,500. If it is an exotic, that is where it's actually like $2,000, maybe even $3,500 for an actual Hermes crocodile bag. Now, the thing about that is a lot of people are like so surprised by the price, and why would you pay $30,000 for a Birkin or even $10,000? That's because let's look at the stores on Rodeo Drive. A store for their monthly fee on Rodeo Drive is like $1,000,000 just for their rent alone in that one location. Now picture Hermes, they have a lot of boutiques. So imagine how many millions of dollars it costs every month just to have their store. It's probably like $10 million for their 10 stores every single month. So you have to pay that fee. But then they also have special events. They give their customers special gifts. They have these creative, elaborate fashion shows that are so much money to produce. So to be honest, people are like, yes, this bag may cost $100 to make, but spending $3,000 on a bag like this, it is worth it, because when you're getting good quality, it doesn't matter where it's coming from, you're still getting better quality than like Kohl's, Target, and wherever you're getting like your $50 bags. And the thing is, a lot of people forget about like their marketing and honestly just like supporting the brand. And the perfect example is how expensive a store is to own and all of the costs that come with it. They have to pay their artisans, they have to pay for the materials, they have to pay for their rent, they have to pay their electricity bill, everything like that. So the prices, they do make sense. And you also have to think about it like this. Like, Hermes isn't going to make a $10,000 bag just for somebody who works at Petco to go buy the bag. The bag is clearly made for somebody who earns more money. Now, there was a study a long time ago about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, during her Eras tour where everybody was like, oh my god, there's like 1,000 million people in like the concert, and remember how it was a big TikTok thing? They did the math on TikTok of how much she was worth, and if she kept earning that worth every single year, like her net worth didn't go down, that means that $1,000 bag is honestly like $10 to her. So think about it like this. You go to Target, you buy a bag for $10. Fantastic. If you're rich, you go to Hermes and you buy a bag for $10. It's the same thing. It's just different levels. Like, nobody's going to make a Birkin for $10,000 and expect people at Petco to buy it. It's for the people with a higher price point and a higher price bracket, not for like the lower, you know? And yes, I am part of the lower as well, but even I know like the common sense behind this. So when people say like, oh, you're stupid for buying luxury fashion, or you bought a $3,000 bag and the chain broke, it's like, yes, the chain breaking, that actually really does suck, and that's not okay. However, it is still worth it because I'm supporting the brand Versace. I'm supporting their monthly rent on all their stores, their employees, their brands, the people who own it, just absolutely everything, you know? So there's so much that goes into it. It might not cost a lot to make, but honestly, who cares? If you want it, you want it. If you like it, you like it. That's all that matters. But with all that said, I will be 100% honest and very, very clear that this acrylic chain breaking, it really does piss me off. And it actually pisses me off because Versace, I just make a video of how they stole 5 ideas from my Barbie video, and now my Versace bag breaks, and I'm like, the battle that I might be having with Versace pretty soon is very, very real, and what if this is a sign that me and my Versace-ness is about to fall apart? I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully I end up, like, walking the runway and everything based on my, like, Versace Stealing my idea video. But, again, I still love Versace, also just because of Medusa. Medusa just means so much to me, even as a kid. So, it doesn't even really matter what brand has the Medusa on it. If I see Medusa, I'm hooked. Alright, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And you, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below what was your favorite part of this video. How do you feel about my Versace bag breaking? Do you think that they should be able to fix it for free? How do you feel about that? But also comment down below, how do you feel about China exposing everything about like how the manufacturing costs really are? To be honest, I don't know why it's so surprising to everybody. I thought everybody kind of knew this already, but apparently a lot of people didn't know. But comment down how you feel about that, and does it justify the price points being so high when you do take in the consideration of their rent for 1 month on Rodeo is $1 million? Like, when you think of it like that, the prices really do make sense. So you just have to imagine, like, you're not shopping at Target, you're shopping at Hermes, so there is a difference. But comment down below, how do you feel about it? Again, thank you so much for watching, I do appreciate it, and have a great day. Au revoir.